King Subala of Gandhara once performed a very holy yajna in his kingdom. The astrologers of Gandhara predicted Gandhari's first husband would die, while her second husband would live a long life. Gandhari's father, King Subala, thus decided to cheat fate. He married Gandhari to a goat which he then sacrificed, thus making Dritarashtra her second husband. However, this was kept hidden from Dritarashtra. The young Kauravas often insulted their Pandava cousins. Pathetic Pandu had no sons. One day, Bhima shouted back, "Your mother's a widow!" Dritarashtra eventually learned about the truth of his wife and decided to punish the entire Subala clan. Subala had 100 sons. He imprisoned all of them and used to supply one handful of rice for all of them every single day. With such a meager amount of food, most of the members of the family died eventually. King Subala decided that one of them should live and avenge the death of the entire family. Subala decided to take a test of all the sons so as to decide who would be getting that one handful of rice to live and sustain and avenge their family's destruction. He gave a bone to each one of his sons and asked them to put a thread through it. None of his other sons were able to complete the task when Shakuni tied the thread to an ant who went through the entire length of the bone to reach a grain of rice at the other end. From then onward, all the rice allocated for the family was fed to the youngest son Shakuni, who eventually went on to become stronger and much sharper than before. Subala realized that he could no longer survive and would eventually die of hunger. He requested Dritarashtra to forgive him and his only son left till then. He promised that his son would not claim any right to his throne and would always be a guardian to all the 101 children of Dritarashtra, the Kauravas. Dritarashtra took pity on the old man and freed him eventually, and his son. King Subala, before dying, instructed to make a pair of dice from his bones, which would always produce the numbers requested by Shakuni. He also asked Shakuni to be the reason of downfall of the entire Kaurava clan. As promised, Shakuni became the guardian of the 101 Kauravas. He provoked the Kauravas to do all the incorrect acts and thus formed the very basis of all the wrongdoings of Kauravas. Shakuni, by his sheer intelligence and judgment of characters, was smart enough to sense the jealousy and anger trapped inside the heart of Duryodhana towards his cousin brothers, and how he also feared them for their chivalry. He had also judged Yudhishthir's love for gambling and how he could be manipulated to keep playing in spite of losses. Shakuni was also aware that Lord Krishna is capable of spoiling all his plans. For this reason, each one of his manipulations and moves was done at a time when Krishna was away from the Pandavas. Finally, Shakuni was successful in creating war between Kauravas and Pandavas in Kurukshetra, leading to the downfall of Kauravas.